slowed down over the weekend in Game 1 against the Clippers. The Mavericks star dropped to a 31-point triple-double in the 113-103 win. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George combined for 49 points, but were also only 3 of 14 from three-point range. Shannon, what's the biggest reason the Clippers lost this one?
Baby Bird.
Oh.
I've been trying to explain to you for the longest time, Skip, but eventually, you won't hear me, but you'll start to listen to me. They can't, somebody needs to explain to me, and I'll need you to explain it to me as if I'm a child. So break it down into the simplest of terms. How can a team that have the two best wing defenders since Jordan and Pippen and Kawhi and Paul George and Pat Bev and Serge Ibaka, so basically they have what in defensive terms the 96 Bulls through 98 with Rodman, Harper, Pippen, and Jordan. And they can't stop that guy. He's in 7 games against them, 31, 9, and 10. He has 3 triple-doubles. And Kawhi's like, I ain't finna get in none of that. Paul George, you take him. And he told, Jim, can we get that? Jim, I just got to eat it. Because he told Pat Bev something. Russell Westbrook told y'all Pat Bev be running around out there screaming, talking loud, saying nothing. Too small. This man too small. And y'all keep too small. That's what he told you. The only hope you got is the double teaming. And guess what he did? He passed out a double team to Tim Hardaway Jr. and Finney Smith that made 9 threes. You got nobody on that team. And if you don't cheap shot him, because Morris Sr. don't step on his ankle, you got nothing. Because you can't do anything with him. Paul, I keep telling you about playoff P. And they keep running, get it off my timeline. 8 years ago, Paul George ended Birdman. He ain't did nothing like that since. When the last time he won a series in the playoffs? But why y'all worried about playoff P? Because he is exactly who I thought he was. Y'all need to start worrying about Kawhi. And them numbers that he keep putting up. He keep pulling, or David Copperfield, make himself disappear in thin air in the fourth quarter. Skip, how he looked at you in the fourth quarter? You loved him. Let me see what the numbers are for. Skip, what I'm supposed to do with this with Kawhi? 3 points, 1 assist. He's 1 of 6 from the three-point line. Had a three-pointer. I thought the objective was to try to put the ball in the rim on a three-point shot. He hit it up. Skip, you don't get credit if you just hit the net up under them, go through the rim. And Paul George was terrible for most of the game, Skip. Until y'all find a way to do something with Luka, Baby Bird Doncic, y'all ain't going nowhere.
Okay, you finished? My turn. Let us look. You must have turned off your TV after 3 quarters, I guess. Did you watch the fourth quarter? I watched a different fourth quarter than you saw. So, fans at home, he is talking about Baby Bird, who I call Baby Sparrow. I want the fans at home to realize in the fourth quarter, that's the quarter that counts.
Yeah.
With the game on the line, and it was a seesaw affair through the fourth quarter, back and forth until the bitter end. Your man, Baby Sparrow, Luka Doncic, was 0 for 5 from the floor. He was 0 for 3 from 3. He missed 1 of his 2 free throws, and he had a grand total of...
3 assists?
1 point. He scored 1 point. He scored 1 point in the fourth quarter, and you're over there raving about what he did to the Clippers. It is lunacy. It is insanity. It is rewriting recent history. What are you talking about? He nearly shot his team right out of the game in the fourth quarter. That's Baby Bird. Way to go.
31,
Baby Larry Bird.
31, 10, and 11? 31, 10, 11.
He's about as close to Larry Bird as I am right now to French Lick, Indiana, which is like 2,500 miles from here, where we sit in West Los Angeles. Okay, so that's point number 1. Here's point number 2, and this is the crucial point, and it involves you.
What do I do now?
And all those conspiracy theorists out there who just a few days ago wrote off the Clippers for tanking their last 2 games because they didn't play their stars, because they, quote-unquote, wanted the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, they got them.
It was bogus. It was wrong. It put the Clippers in a terrible position because that team is really good. That team has been really hot of late, the Dallas Mavericks.
How are they going to be really hot when they got a guy that can't shoot threes and can't shoot free throws?
By the way, he's a career 33% three-point shooter. So what happened right out of the box? What happened? They came out with fire in their eyes because they should have, because you led the charge. You take to get the Mavericks.
They did.
Bogus baloney. And yet all they did was rest their stars, and there was some rust going on with the Clippers. And what have I always told you about Clippers and early afternoon starts? They just have a phobia. They have demons about early afternoon starts here in Los Angeles. They are never ready. So Kawhi comes out and says, okay, I'm going to destroy the demon for us. And he scores 13 in the first quarter, but they're down 33-30 after 1 because those guys are making every shot they shoot because they got fire in their eyes.
Good.
And it's hard because that's a good team with some tough guys on it. Hardaway can shoot the lights out. Finney Smith can shoot the lights out. And Jalen Brunson came off the bench in the fourth quarter and took the game over. Jalen Brunson took the game over. He was the guy who saved your bacon in the fourth quarter and saved Baby Bird's bacon. Because, well, he did. Look what he did in the fourth quarter. He was he was really all they had. What did he score? 9 points in the fourth quarter. So that's number 2. And then number 3. My team led the league in three-point shooting. It led the league in free throw shooting. And you know what was about to happen.
Nothing.
They're choking their brains out because they know that they're supposed to shoot threes and make free throws, and they don't do either one.
What?
Yeah, and I'll be the first. You were right about Kawhi Leonard. He was pathetic in the fourth quarter. He was great in the first quarter and kept them afloat. But when it was time, when Baby Bird was gagging his brains out shooting, can we see some of the shots he took? Can we see the 2 shots that he took? I don't know if we have them handy here, that nearly got the Clippers back in the game. Here's Luka. Here's Baby Bird. There's the first shot. Did that hit anything? And then he takes another one from 3, and that definitely didn't hit anything. That's your guy. That's Larry Bird the second.
Yeah.
Larry Bird Jr. Really?
Skippy
really?
already got.
I think he shot 2 straight air balls.
Skippy already
on
got
one possession.
Skippy already
shot
got
2
30.
straight.
He already got 30 points at that point. He said, "You don't want to make y'all look too bad."
So Kawhi had 26, 10, and 5. He had a decent game until the fourth quarter when he was not very good. Now back to Pandemic P, who you just completely wrote off. In the fourth quarter, Pandemic P was actually playoff P because he scored 10 points. In the fourth quarter, he was really good.
That's why you was down, because he was terrible for most of the ballgame. But Skip, what did I tell you on Friday? Before you go, I told you on Friday, I said, don't let them front run. I said, just keep the game close. If you keep the game close with the Clippers, they were number 1. Skip Bayless come out here every day. We number 1 in three-point shooting in the regular season. We're number 1 in free throw shooting in the regular season. But come playoff time, if you keep the game close to the Clippers and don't let them front run, they'll fold like banquet chairs at the end of the night. The reception is over. They start folding up chairs.
So with 3 minutes left, Paul George comes down, if we could see this, please, and nails a 19-foot jumper that even took me aback. I thought, that is pure clutch. This is playoff P. That ties the game with 3 minutes to go. Then after that, Finney Smith comes right down and hits a 3, and Marcus Morris comes down and has the worst game of his life. He misses 2 free throws. He's a dead eye from 3 in free throws, and he had a horrible game. And then we just showed the 2 Luka misses, and that brought it back to, with 2 minutes left, Paul George comes down and takes a quick 3 because he said, well, if Kawhi's not going to do it, I guess I got to take it.
Oh, you already know he can't do it.
This is the game right here. That's up, and there's a hand in his face. He's short left. And they just ran off with the basketball game at that point, and I was devastated.
And your guy, hold on, your guy was -15 and plus minus. I want to know, hold on, wait a minute. Where's that guy that be doing all that talking? The one that says, come one, come all. The guy that defends everybody. Ain't nobody no problem. The guy can't play in the fourth quarter. I just want to know why Patrick Beverly, who everybody keeps telling me is the third most important Clipper on the roster, can't get on the court in the fourth quarter.
Okay, if you happen to watch the game as I did, what happened to the beginning was they did put the little pit bull, Patrick Beverly, who is 6'1", on 6'7" Luka. And he didn't cook him. The picks cooked him because he kept getting picked and picked. And guess who wound up on Luka again and again? Big Zoo, all 7 feet of Big Zoo. And he stepped back and made 3 threes, 3 straight threes in the first half. Remember, he's a horrible three-point shooter.
I can't tell.
He's 33%. And he had one little hot stretch at the end of the half that gave them a 5-point lead at halftime that they somehow clung to the rest of the day. Because you know what? If you look at what happened, 3 of the Dallas starters had 14 of 25 threes. That's Finney Smith, that's Hardaway, and that's Baby Bird.
Baby Bird!
Yeah, he made